And I tell you, and by the way, theta is used a lot. We use theta to represent an angle measure. Let's say this is my angle theta. Terrible theta. This side is called the what? If I go this way, initial side. This is the initial. Did you say blue? Oh, okay. What's the other side called? Terminal, because it's where it stops. Looping all the way around. How many degrees is that? 360 degrees all the way around. Here would be 180. And then I go into radians. Radians here, how many radians is that? 1 pi. So the entire circle has how many radians in it? 2 pi radians all the way around. If it's pi here, if you keep going that many more, you're back at 2 pi. I'm setting you up for the unit circle is what I'm doing. An angle measure is a way to measure angles. It's another way, just like degrees, but this is with a more, what we use. In past here, it'll be the only thing you do use mostly. Let's see. To go from radians to degrees, I multiply by what? So if I'm in radians, close, flip it around though. No, you're right. You multiply by 180 divided by 5, right? Did she explain why we do that and how things cancel and all? Okay. All right. And then for degrees to radians, I would multiply by pi over 180. 180 degrees and pi are the same thing, so they're really one. It's really a unit conversion is what it is. Remember whenever you did like feet to miles, and I don't even know when you did that. If the units were the same at the top and the bottom, you canceled them out. Y'all remember doing that? It's the same kind of thing here. Okay, so y'all said this was easy. How about coterminal angles? What does that mean?
It means they're like 180 around. It's like if you could go 180, and then or
right. It's basically looping back around the circle is what it's doing. All the way back. Whether you go this way or this way to get back around to that same point. They have the same ending point, just maybe going in different directions. And you can keep looping around to end back up at the same place. All right, then, let's talk about what. Which one are you looking at? And I'll tell you. You talking about like 19? If you do this, do you end up in the same spot? So in other words, if I'm on my circle, right, and I go 305 degrees this way, which is going to end me up somewhere around here, right? Or if I go 55 degrees this way, do I end up at the exact same spot? So how could you figure that out? Well, looped all the way around from here, if I subtract 360 degrees, do I end back up where I was? Well, what do you get there? Negative 55. So yes, they are coterminal. Pi. Well, how many? What's all the way around the circle in radians? 2 pi. So if you look like at 21, I've got pi over 4 and negative 9 pi over 4. So what I want to do, take either one of them. For the positive one, you could add 2 pi to it. Subtract, I'm sorry. Subtract 2 pi and see if I end up here, or here I could add 2 pi to see if I end up back here. So this one you'd have to have common denominators, right? So pi over 4 minus, give this a 4, give this a 4. So minus 8 pi over 4, which is negative 7 pi over 4. So you're exactly right. Those don't work. Those are not coterminal. Does that make sense to everybody? You're sure? Just adding and subtracting 360 or 2 pi, depending on what units you're in. All right, let's finish this lesson then. That was half the lesson. I just left you with half of it with guided notes with her so we could do the other half together. Y'all ready? What is yesterday? I don't want to do it again. Then I had to.
Like your class, I have to take.
Oh, then I had to lead a group this morning in it. What?
I have to take your exam class on
These are just normal notes. This is easy.
3 minutes, seconds.
We're just going to go. I'm going to show you about DMS. I assume you've probably seen radians before but didn't know, and maybe you haven't, I don't know. But DMS is another way to measure angles. Degrees, minutes, seconds.
Well, actually, that is true.
Are y'all talking about the? Are y'all talking about? Here's how we write it. It'll look like this. What did you want? Degrees. What?
What are we doing?
Would it count against me in the grade book?
Okay.
Maybe, but like, it's a thing that
All right, 1 degree. $60. No, I didn't want to waste all that. Correct. You can think about it like that. 1 minute, 60 seconds. So 1 degree. How many? How many seconds is 1 degree? 3,600. So how do we convert? We're going to go from degree to DMS and then from DMS to degree, and that'll be it. No. Exactly. It's not that much. It's not enough to print a whole paper for you. No, your homework is. No, I'm just giving you. Oh, I did. Oh, yes, I did run you. Yes, I did run it for you. I apologize. I was just doing homework today. We'll do the classwork together. You're welcome. I'm getting bogged down in grading. Best laid plans and whatnot. 2 pages, Carter. 2 pages. Box there. We're down to converting to DMS. So here's what we're going to do. That very first example there, 31.875 degrees tells me, first of all, it tells me how many whole degrees do I have? 31, right? Now I'm going to look. I take the decimal part and I multiply it by how many minutes are in a degree? 60. So I'm going to multiply it by 60. And what does that give me? I don't have a calculator.
Oh, you take the decimal?
Take the decimal part, right. What do you get? Somebody with a calculator do it. 52, because we took the whole degrees off, and now we're looking for the minutes and seconds. So what this tells me is 31 degrees, 52 minutes, and now I take this decimal that's left and multiply that by 60. What's half of 60? 30. There you go. It's really not hard. It's not a hard concept.
What is this like?
This is converting. This is degrees
Yeah, but how can you convert it?
to DMS. Think like longitude and latitude. That's really what it is. That's the decimal from here. So you keep taking the decimal is what you do. Okay, so look at like number 1. 15.48, and it says convert it in DMS form. Okay, so that's 15 degrees. Then I do 0.48 times 60, which is what? So how many minutes is that? 28 minutes. 0.8. That's okay, just move decimal over 1. 48 seconds. Then it'd be no minutes. No seconds. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Y'all okay? Do I need to do another one, or can you get those? I probably could have left this with you, but no, it's a little bit harder as we go through the I don't really think it is though. It's just opposite. If I go from DMS to degrees, from degrees to DMS, I multiply, right? So from DMS to degrees, I divide. You're exactly right. So if I have 73 degrees, 9 minutes, and 50 seconds, well, I know that's 73 whole degrees, so I know it's going to be 73 point something, right? I take the 9 and divide it by 60. Wait.
73 is in the front. What did you just do? Divide what?
What about what? Well, the first one is you take the 9, and I say 9 divided by 60. And what do you get? 0.15. Now here's the only part where it's a little bit different. Now I have to take the 50, and instead of dividing by 60, how many seconds are in a degree? And what do you get? I'm fixing to show you. 0.013. Now you add these together. And I'll put all this together in a 163 degrees. So it's degrees plus minutes over 60 plus seconds over 3600. Does that make sense? Always. Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
Well, like example 9 when it only has minutes, so you don't.
So that's okay. So, but be very careful. Make sure that's just minutes and not just seconds, right? But 37 degrees, 36 minutes. So I know I got the 37, right? plus I'm going to do the 36 over 60 or 3600? 60. And that's going to be my degrees. Yeah, right. Y'all okay with that? Not too much for Wednesday, right? You don't have to turn this one in. You don't have to, just do the homework one. It's 1 through, but it goes through, it's 1 through 30, but it's converting all angles. Yep, it's degrees to radians, radians to degrees, coterminal, DMS to degree, and degree to DMS.